The Bitcoin is entering our consolidation cycle, and that means only one thing: a strong altcoins will pump. However, Bitcoin needs to hold our 43,000 level and turn it into a support. If that's gonna happen, we will be consolidating and strong altcoins will indeed start pumping. In this video, we will be, thanks to technical, fundamental and sentiment analysis, predicting the probabilities of the Bitcoin next movement. So if you want to know what is going to happen in the crypto market next, make sure you are watching. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Samo from Crypto Paradise, and as you remember, 2 days ago I have been sharing with you this CME futures gap, and I have been under the impression that Bitcoin needs to close it before we start to move back to the upside. As you can see, we have recovered exactly from the higher border of the CME futures gap. That means this gap remains unclosed and Bitcoin recovered, and I will be explaining why. With ParadiseTeam VIPs, we have been closing our profits on our Bitcoin short positions. As you can see, with our scalp members, we have been closing at $40,600 for 80% profit. With our original traders, we have been checking our first sell target at $40,700. Right now, what happened, why we have recovered? One of the reasons was the dollar index, which I have been covering in the previous video as well. As you can see, I have been sharing with you that we are at the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. As you can see right here, the dollar index is dumping absolutely heavily exactly from our 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. As you know, from a higher time frame perspective, we expect the dollar index, which is basically a dollar against all others currencies, not only cryptocurrencies but every other currency as well. We are expect the dollar to be dropping down to 92 points down here, which is a long way to go. All right, so as the dollar index is dumping, the Bitcoin should remain in a bullish spectrum and altcoins as well, and I will be explaining you why. So what happened was that we have been just above our CME futures gap, forming a double bottom formation. As you can see right here, this was our double bottom formation and this was the resistance. As you can see, it was quite textbook, right? From downtrend, we have the first low, second low, and then the resistance, and we have actually broke above this descending trend line. As you can see right here, we have broken above it and Bitcoin went to the upside, and right now it's starting to overcome our $43,000 resistance. I will put this to white color because right now it's a neutral zone. It's not longer acting as a resistance because Bitcoin is right now doing maximum in order to close above it. All right, and once it closes a daily candle above the $43,000, and it will be confirming on 4-hour time frames with some bullish formation. So I'm expecting on a lower time frame some double bottom formation, or we can even be forming bullish pennant, right, or a bull flag. It really depends on what the market makers will choose. So once there are the confirmation, Bitcoin will have a free way to go to our $46,000, which is the upper border of our consolidation cycle zone. And basically, once Bitcoin confirms the $43,000 and turns it into a support, this will mean it's back into consolidation cycle. And as you remember, during this cycle right here, it was quite short, but still altcoins were pumping absolutely crazy, like 40-50%, and we can expect the same to happen and even better once Bitcoin enters this consolidation cycle again. But for that, we need to turn this $43,000 into a support. The other thing why we are so bullish about altcoins right now, and we with ParadiseTeam VIPs again starting to expose ourselves into many strong altcoins, is the reason that, as you can see right here, the Bitcoin dominance during this surge of Bitcoin is actually going down. And one of the reasons is that we are at our higher time frame resistance zone right here. It is not only the structural resistance zone, which was previously working as a support, as you can see right here, but it is also a Fibonacci retracement zone, and we expect that this resistance will be powerful enough that it will send the Bitcoin dominance down to 42%. that is 16% drop. Some of the altcoins will do 200, some of the altcoins will do 500% movement to the upside thanks to this. The other thing is that the others dominance, which is basically the dominance of altcoins, is having a successful retest, as you can see at our support level right here at 1130, and it is creating a beautiful bullish momentum by creating continuously higher lows and higher highs, right? So this is amazing bullish price action. We are trading in a bullish momentum. This trend line is being respected and we expect that it will continue to go to the upside 19% more towards our 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, and even if we will be able to retest and turn this resistance into support, we expect the absolute top will be at 16.50 right here, and that means again it's just the confluence with the Bitcoin dominance. It means that some of the altcoins will really do very well, but you need to catch the right ones. The other reason is of course our Ethereum Bitcoin. As you can see, this is Ethereum versus Bitcoin price. I have been saying that in the previous videos already. This descending triangle is being repeated. As you can see, this is not the only fractal, but in the Decembers many years ago, most of the times when we are coming into a December from a downtrend, so it happened at the December 2017, we have been in downtrend, then the December came and the Ethereum Bitcoin had a surge to the upside, and the Ethereum Bitcoin is basically king of altcoins, so most of the altcoins followed, right? Again, right here, as you can see, at December 2020 we have came from a downtrend. As you can see right here, there was a downtrend, then the December came. It was actually 28th of December, plus we have been trading inside of a descending triangle, and boom, it broke to the upside. Then it had this retest and it continued in an absolute amazing surge to the upside, and right now on a higher time frame it's repeating as well. We are in a December, we are in a higher time frame descending triangle, we are coming into a December from a huge downtrend price action, so we are expecting this breakout is going to be absolutely huge, and we are expect something about 84% for Ethereum Bitcoin. That will mean absolute amazing alt season, which nobody expect, and I'll tell you why. Look at this Bitcoin sentiment. If you have been watching our videos in the past, I've been showing you that the divergence between the Bitcoin price, which is this white line, and the sentiment is absolutely crazy, and it's just getting better and better, because right now the sentiment is so absolutely bearish that most of the people don't trust this movement to the upside. The only thing the bulls can do right now, the market makers can do right now, is to keep pushing the price to the upside so the demand starts to get back into the market. Because as you can see, if they tried to push the price of the Bitcoin down, the demand even decreased more, right? So what they need to do to get the demand back to the market is to push the price to the upside. What that will mean, all these people which are right now calling for things like correction, being scared by social media that Binance is going bankrupt and things like this, the Changpeng Zero is going to the jail and things like this, right? All these people who are right now fudding are going to buy the prices of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies higher. So you are still extremely early. As you know, from a higher time frame perspective, we expect Bitcoin to hit around $90,000. all right, we will have some retests of this higher time frame trend line, as I've been already explaining in the past. We don't think it is just going to go straight parabolic, that's nonsense, right? So we will be having retests of this trend line, but we are going towards $90,000 for Bitcoin. It will be a journey where most of the people will be liquidated by trading with high leverage without a strategy, but the people who are skilled in this market will be making extreme amount of money. And the Bitcoin sentiment right now guarantees that, because all these people who are bearish, really they are going to be buying Bitcoin higher. It's just the case. Right now, as you can see also in Google Trends, the search term crypto is almost at all-time lows, alright? So this is the highs, and right now it's having just a little of upside, right? So it didn't even break out. From the perspective of Bitcoin, the sentiment is right now something around $24,000. So you can imagine how early you really are from long-term perspective right now, because all people, because of the inflation right now, are scared to invest, or they don't have money to invest. So if you have money right now, one of the stupidest things would actually be to do nothing. So right now we are waiting for this $43,000 to be switched into a support. We already are starting to expose ourselves with Paradise VIPs into strong altcoins again, because we trust this $43,000 is going to be turned into a support. However, we are still being very cautious, because it can still turn out to be acting as a resistance, and we would actually go back to our CME futures gap to close it, because it's remaining unclosed. And as you know, most of the CME futures gaps are being closed in most of the times before we can continue in that move. It is downward move or upside move, depends on the trend. Right now the trend is bullish, right? So there's a high probability it will be closed again before we continue to the upside, or we can still first be consolidating in our consolidation zone and then close it. With that, also retest the trend line, which I have been sharing with you right here. So we can be consolidating, then retest the trend line, then continue to the upside, which would also close the CME futures gap. So right now it all depends on the lower time frame price action, so make sure you are being very cautious. This was Simon from My Crypto Paradise. If you want to be updated on daily basis as fast as possible from the Paradise team, make sure you subscribe to our free Telegram channels. If you are ready to start trading like a pro, I will see you in a ParadiseTeam VIP. Make sure you like, subscribe, and in the next video, cheers.